Okay, assets and liabilities. Assets are things that you own. Okay, so money that you have, something that you've paid off, things that you have, you can prove that you have it. Liabilities are debts that you owe. Okay, so something you don't own. If you are paying a car off, if you're paying your cell phone off, if every month when you get your cell phone bill, you have to pay something towards that $800 phone you just bought, then you don't own it, you still owe it. So that would be a liability, okay? Okay, so a net worth, which is what you guys are going to figure out today, is the value of assets minus the liabilities, okay? So assets, see if my pen will work. Nope. Assets minus liabilities. So basically money you have minus the money you owe. So a positive net worth indicates that the value of your assets is greater than the value of your liabilities. So if you have $10 in your pocket, and you owe somebody $2 for a candy bar, that means you really have $8 left. So that's positive. That means you're good. You're not in the negatives. You still have $8. Okay? A negative net worth indicates the value of your liability, so the stuff you owe, is greater than the value of your assets. Okay? So say you have $10 and you told a friend that you were going to pay them $12 for a t-shirt. So if we take $12 and we subtract 12, what do you have left?
-2.
You have -$2.
But what if you don't?
So let's look at the first example. The table shows some of Hae-Sung's assets and liabilities. Create and organize a financial assets and liabilities record. So here is what you'll probably see on a test on the back on your STAR test. It's just going to give you the items and the values. Okay, they've already made the table for you, but you would normally have to figure out what those things are. Okay, so if it's cash or a savings account, that's an asset because that's money that you have. Okay, what if it's credit card debt or any kind of debt?
Negative net worth.
Negative, so that would be a liability. Liability. Why am I so weird about that?
What the heck? Why was the other time it was an IES and now it's a Y?
Because it was plural last time. Car. If you have a car but it's paid off, what does that mean? That means you own it. You have paid for the entire car. So that's an asset. That's something you have. You're good. You technically have that much worth. What about jewelry?
Ooh, that's an asset.
That's an asset. It doesn't say you owe money on a jewelry. It says you have jewelry. What about a student loan or any kind of loan?
That is a liability.
Liability.
Oh, this is easy.
Okay?
This is all we have to do.
So, yes. So what you would do is you would make a table kind of like they've already done, and they just separated out their assets and liabilities. Okay? Okay, when I say add the assets up, that means we're adding together $850 plus $3,100 plus $990. Okay? So I told y'all to go ahead and add those up. What did you get when you added those up?
4,942.
Do we agree?
Yeah.
Just making sure. Okay, so assets, we have 4,940, right? Okay. What about your liabilities? When you added that up, what did you get?
1,925.
Hold on. It should have been a little bit bigger than that because you got 1,000. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'm so
2,925. Hold on. Okay, 2,925. So if you have to figure out the net worth, you're just subtracting those two numbers. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So 4,940 minus your liabilities. So already, since your assets, it's a bigger number than your liabilities, that means you're going to have a positive net worth. And it should be good.
$2,015.
So exercises down at the bottom, same thing. The table shows some of Bradley's assets and liabilities. Construct Bradley's net worth. So first, they've already set it out. They've already separated them for you. So we've got our assets and you've got your liabilities. Okay, so go ahead and add up your assets first. So 1,700 plus 3,700 plus 950. See if I can do it like this. Good. 6,350. And our liabilities. Let's add these up.
6,350.
Okay. So our assets, we've got 6,350. Our liabilities, we have 7,902. So what does that tell us? Our liabilities are more than our assets.
It's gonna be negative.
So our answer is going to be negative, but how do we figure out what the difference is going to be?
Subtract the liabilities from the assets.
So we're gonna have to subtract. Our answer is gonna be negative, but to get that number, we've got to technically subtract the liabilities or the assets from the liabilities just to get that number. Okay? Mm-hmm. And as soon as we're done with this front page. Okay. Okay, so the difference is 1,552, and since liabilities is more, it's negative, like we said. Okay, last one. The table shows some of Gina's assets and liabilities. Construct the net worth statement. Okay, so they didn't break it down for us. They just said item, item, item. So if I have credit card debt, is that an asset or a liability? Liability. I'm going to put an L next to all my liabilities, okay? What about a car loan? Any kind of loan that's not paid off is a liability. That means you owe money to the bank or whoever. What about cash? That's an asset. I got it. Furniture that is owned. Asset. What about savings?
Liability.
Saving? No, that's a asset. That means you have money saved in the bank. It's yours. You got it.
What is stocks?
Stocks. So like the stock market, you can pay money into your stocks, and a lot of times you get money back from that. So that would be an asset. It's technically money that you have. Okay, so let's add up all the assets. And that's what, 1,970, 3,900, and 1,540. Already you can kind of see that your assets is probably going to be more than your liabilities,
Oh yeah, because there's more of them.
which is good. So we'll have a positive.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean
The
that.
liabilities is can I see the answer?
Sure.
6,620. If I did that right.
Sure you did. Is that right? Is that what you got? Sweet. Okay. Is that what you guys got for assets and then for liabilities? Okay, so then how do we figure out the net worth? Subtract those two. Net worth is 7,410 minus okay. So it's a positive net worth. Our assets are larger than our liabilities, so we subtract, we get $790.